Every universe has its own group of Power Rangers. However, one in particular had had a long period of time without its team of Rangers due to one unfortunate incident. The whole team of Rangers was killed off by one particular Green Ranger, and the only thing left behind to choose a group of new Rangers was an AI by the name of Santos. Santos was kind of stuck in a mountain, and due to that, could not properly find the next group of Rangers. However, it was by some luck that one day, a young boy by the name of Rudy managed to get up the mountain and to the AI. The AI, with little choice, might I add, gave him the power of the Red Ranger. Rudy had been a bit of a misfit at his own school. He was constantly bullied. He had a strange genetic disorder that turned parts of his face, most notably his nose, bright red in a strange skin condition. He was going to the mountain in order to go cope with all of the stuff that was going on, when he, by some luck, happened to find Santos. Santos, after giving him the power of the Red Ranger, decided to have him find the rest of the Ranger team. He had been informed that an invasion was soon to come to the planet, and needed some help actually defending the world. Rudy, with this new sense of purpose, and not the slightest bit confused by all this, decided to go to the school and ask some people he knew to try to, help become Power Rangers. First child that Rudy decided to recruit for the Power Rangers team was the only child that he had ever seen fight anyone in his life. That was a kid named Ralphie Polka. Ralphie had also been made fun of, particularly by one bully named Scott Fargus. He had these weird yellow eyes that's probably a form of jaundice, but either way, it made him look really creepy. And because of that, he bullied the kids relentlessly, including Rudy. However, one day, Ralph kind of just snapped. He decided to just, in layman's terms, beat the ever-loving crap out of Scott Fargus. Yes. Ever since then, Scott has been more quiet when it comes to his teasing, and Rudy and Polka have been friends ever since. So when Rudy decided to ask him for the job, he immediately agreed, hiked up the mountains, and decided to become a Power Ranger. However, the algorithm that Santos relied on somehow mistook Ralphie for not only someone who was perpetually for, but also a girl. So it gave him this weird pink rabbit suit. To make up for the fact that he had been given a embarrassing pink rabbit suit for his Power Ranger uniform, Ralphie was allowed to choose any weapon that he wanted. And he, of course, knew the exact one that he had his eye on, a Red Ryder BB gun, which did turn out to be pink, but semantics. He had been trying to get this for Christmas ever since he saw it in an advertisement, and this was his opportunity. Although this one didn't shoot BB bullets, it just literally shot lasers. But there was still one more team member left to go. The last child they recruited for the team was a boy named Charles Brown. Those friends just called him Charlie Brown, for short. Although it's long, it doesn't matter. Either way, he had, like the other two, also been bullied by Scudfagus, and he had also been bullied by his therapist. It was very sad. But one day during a therapy session, his therapist, a woman by the name of Lucy Van Pelt, suggested that what he needed to get over his depression, which got worse around the Christmas season, was involvement. He needed to be a part of something, basically. So when Rudy and Polka asked him to be a part of this giant Power Ranger team, not really knowing what he was getting into, he agreed. However, during the training phase, Charlie's inexperience in combat clearly showed, and Santos was again unwilling to have him become a ranger, especially when his choice of weapon was revealed to be a strange mace that, in Santos's eyes, didn't have that much functionality to it because of its strange shape. However, it appeared that he did not have that much time to choose a new ranger, for he had just been informed that Rita Repulsa had created her own Power Ranger that was coming to invade Earth in about an hour. He didn't really have time to grab a new ranger, so with much hesitance, he decided to go with Charlie Brown. Now, unlike Santos's choices, Rita Repulsa's choices were much more sensible. Namely, she picked one mountain climber named Carrie Grinch. Carrie Grinch often hid out in the mountains around December, trying to avoid all the holiday bustle. It was here where Rita found him and offered him the position of the Green Ranger. Believing that he was doing good, he decided to join her, and made an onslaught against the team before they were ready. However, despite their lack of training, the team held up fairly well for the first few minutes of the fight. Rudy surprisingly found that he was good with aerial attacks, but also found that he was inferior to the Green Ranger's strength, and was promptly knocked out. Ralphie shot his gun fairly well, until one particular shot, which bounced off the Green Ranger's superior armor and hit him in the eyeball. Oh, luckily the Ranger's helmet blocked the shot, but it also broke through the glasses lens, and leaving him mostly blind. This gave the Grinch enough opening to knock him out as well. Now it was just left to Charlie. Charlie managed to swing his weapon, which didn't do that much damage at first. But then he got an idea. He decided to wrap the string of the mace around the Grinch's legs. This idea worked, and he was stuck confined to the ground. This gave enough time for Santos to explain to Carrie Grinch what was actually going on, that Repulsa had lied to him, and that they were actually the good guys. The Grinch, notably, he doubted this at first, but then eventually decided to believe them. With that, he officially changed sides towards the good. With this new Ranger team, Santos would later go on to get more of these Ranger teams. But until then, these would be Earth's defenders from the evil Rita Repulsa.